it's time for physical media pickups for the month of August 2023. And honestly, I thought this one was going to be kind of a small one. And I mean, in comparison, it probably is. But yeah, have to really kind of save money. And the only thing I really thought at first I might get would be from Anniversary. Thought Leslie might get me something, which she did. And we'll get to that in a minute. But first off, I had a gift card for Chapters, and as you may have seen in a comic corner, I picked up a whole bunch of Bone trade paperbacks from the thrift store, and then I figured, you know what, I am liking the series. Let me pick up at least the one issue that I'm missing to fill the gap. I am missing other issues, but whatever. So I grabbed that, and I figured, why keep around a gift card with a few dollars on it? So the first thing I picked up this month was a magazine. Yes, we got Shock Cinema Magazine here, number 63, your guide to cult movies, art house, oddities, drive-ins, swill, and underground obscurities. And I picked it up because it's only $8 Canadian, which is a decent price for a magazine these days, considering a lot of them are like $20 now, 15 to 20. Now, the big difference is it's black and white, if you didn't know that. But yeah, if you're into magazines, and you probably already know about Shock Cinema, it has wide distribution. So there's that. Then I picked up via Facebook, somebody was selling some Blu-rays, and I figured, oh hey, he's got this, and it was a decent price, so I picked up Village of the Damned, the collector's edition with slip. And I should have asked. I made the mistake, but yeah, it's got the hole punched out, so now I have to get another copy without the hole punched out, but at least I have the slip cover now, and that's all good. Then for the anniversary, like I mentioned earlier, Leslie did get me something. She got me the 4K edition of E.T. And it's funny, she was like, oh, do you have that already? I was like, honestly, I don't think I have E.T. in any format since DVD. I don't think I bought it on Blu-ray. And I told her, I was like, do you remember that whole, I don't know if you saw, but, when, we're not going to name stars here, but somebody convinced the director that, guns were bad, so they should, pull a George Lucas on it and edit the movie. And that's what came out on Blu-ray. And I was like, yeah, no, I want it, the way E.T.'s supposed to be, the original way. So she's like, oh no, did I get the bad version? And I was like, I don't know. If you know out there, if the 4K edition of E.T. has those really bad digital changes, or if this is the full-fledged, the way it should be, original, let me know. Comment down below, because I don't know. I will have to, open this up and take a look and watch it to find out, unless maybe it's online somewhere. I don't know. But I tried to quickly look online, and nobody mentioned it. They talked about the picture quality, they talked about audio quality in some of the reviews, but none of them mentioned what kind of version it was, which was odd. I would have thought that would have been the first thing that most of them talked about, but no. It's almost like they didn't watch the movie at all. They probably didn't. Hint to all yous out there, a lot of these reviewers don't actually watch anything. They just sort of, everything that's listed here, they mention that, and then they go, oh, and it looked good. The levels were great. Blah, blah, blah. 3 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5. Trust me, I know a lot of people who do reviews, and most of them don't watch half the stuff that they're reviewing. Just letting you know. But yeah, so I got that. And then, of course, I got a package from the Vinegar Syndromes, which included, though most of you probably already know what was included in that, because this is just the regular monthly releases. The Cardona Collection Volume 2, I think it is, with Beaks, Under Siege, La Casa que Arda de Noche, and SOS Conspiración Bikini. The Bikini Conspiracy, what? But yeah, most people are have heard of Beaks are probably in it for that. I had heard of Beaks. I don't know that I've seen Beaks. I may have, but it's hard to say. One of the ones that I was actually quite surprised that came out, and in such a glorious edition, going through the Trauma releases, Killer Condom. Not a Trauma movie, but Trauma did release it on DVD to North America. So it's essentially kind of where we got our introduction to this film. And oddly enough, I have not taken this out of the case, and yet it's already upside down. But it is the... Oh yeah, it's upside down, I forgot. It is the... Oh boy, this is all over the place. There we go. 4K edition. This is upside down and inside out is what it was. Alright, whatever. And then finally, on Blu-ray, we got Amazon Jail 1 and 2. Never seen the movies, never heard of the movies. Honestly, the genre that it comes from, the women in prison subgenre stuff, was not something I was really into growing up. So a lot of those titles are kind of foreign to me to a degree. So yeah, happy to get them. I don't have a problem watching them now, but they weren't really something I was into growing up. I mean, I guess as a teenager, considering the amount of nudity that's in some of these films, I probably should have been into them. But it wasn't. I don't even know if many of these films were really available at my local video stores. Maybe they were, but we spent most of the time in the horror section, so if they were, they probably would have been in a different section. Maybe adult or action or something like that. I don't know that they had an exploitation section. But I don't know. Let me know if you know the women in jail features. What section were they in at your video store? Because that's one of those things I always wonder. What do they categorize these things as? Then we were at an event semi-local to us called Cars on King, which is a free event where they shut down essentially the city center of nearby city, and a bunch of people with old cars come, and they're all parked on the side of the road, and you get to see them, and there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cars. A lot of the same stuff, a lot of different stuff. Sometimes you get to see some things you just don't see anywhere. There are a few people in the area that, and by area I say, within 2 hours driving distance of here, that have some old European cars, or some people who have some old army vehicles. Obviously we have an army base close by, well, an old army base, it used to be an army base, close by, so that's not too out of the question here. But you get your standard, your Chargers and your Cadillacs and such, of all different years and styles and colors and paint jobs, and some with all original, some with modifications, some with all sorts. We got hot rods, rat rods. We got cars that look like they're rusted down, but they're really made to look like that. It's everything, like convertibles, non-convertibles, trucks, Jeeps, sports cars, luxury cars, cars from the 30s, 40s, even before that. There are some old 1910s, 1920s stuff there as well. Just everything you can imagine. I mean, we do have the Canadian Car Museum in the city next door, so it's not, out of the question. We also have a car plant. So cars are very much a big part of the deal, which is why they have this event. But I'm going, whatever. It has nothing to do with my pickups, outside of the fact that going past one of the record stores, literally records. Most of the record stores in the area are record stores. They sell 99% records. They had a table out front, which, you know, was full of cheap records. I think they were $1 or something like that. And underneath was a box of free CDs. So I picked up some free CDs, including Shao Du Man, Trouble Trouble. I have no idea what this is. Tyler Ellis, Strayed Hill. I don't know anything about this. And then there might have been other ones there. I didn't really spend a lot of time. I saw 3 and was like, that's enough. I don't want to grab everything. I did want to grab everything, but you gotta leave some for some other people, right? But then we got Nick Buzz Circo, I guess. Circus something maybe? I don't know. Circus theme. I don't know. I don't know what style these CDs are. I don't know anything about it. And then right at the end of the month, I got my Disney Movie Club package. And if you didn't know or you didn't watch my video on the Disney Movie Club and you didn't hear that Canada's version of it is closing down. So they had, I've been waiting for a good sale to get in there before it finally went out, and they currently have 70% off. So yeah, I was loading up big time on stuff that I wanted to get from them because there's nowhere else to get them, except for from resellers. And yeah, my first cart when, you know, going through it was at, I think, almost $600. And I was like, I can't afford to buy $600 worth of movies from them. So I pared it down until I got to something reasonable. But first off, we got some DVDs. We got Mr. Boogedy and the Bride of Boogedy. I'm surprised this has not gone to Blu-ray yet, which is what I've been kind of holding out on. I'm just waiting for this to go to Blu-ray, but I mean, you wait too long and you don't get it at all. And then we got DuckTales Volume 4. Yes, 1 to 3 available in normal retail, and then Volume 4 can only get from Disney. Whatever. Well, now I have it. And then moving into Blu-rays, we got the 35th anniversary edition of Herbie Goes Bananas. We got Blackbeard's Ghost. We got Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo. Yes, you can see that's 2 Herbies already. Flight of the Navigator. Love that movie. Treasure Island. Man, I don't remember when the last time I watched this was. Wow. Then we got the original The Love Bug, aka Herbie the Love Bug with slipcover. This has been a long time since I watched this one. Swiss Family Robinson. This used to be like a staple growing up. It would be on. Catch this one every other Halloween or so. I'd watch this one. Something Wicked This Way Comes. And had to get, it's a classic, Old Yeller. Don't know how many times I'm going to watch this, but it had to be in my collection. And we got, again, with a slipcover, Herbie Rides Again. Now this is, I think this is part 2, right? The second one. So I've got the first 4 movies, and I think there might be more. I know there's at least a remake and maybe a sequel to the remake. I don't know. Then we got Pooh's Grand Adventure: The Search for Christopher Robin. I'm a big Winnie the Pooh fan. This one is the lesser known Disney film Valiant, which is why I understand why it went to Disney Movie Club exclusive. But yeah, also, and oddly enough, I just watched this on DVD. Piglets, big movie. Yeah, watched that with James. He watched a little bit of it. I don't think he was too interested in it. And then we got Disney's Make My Music. One thing I did love about Disney was their devotion to music and film, you know, be it with Fantasia or, you know, through some of their shorts and stuff like that, or through Melody Time, right? And the fact that, you know, most of their films are musicals essentially. And then finally we got The Watcher in the Woods. So yeah, great bunch of Disney flicks to finish off the month. And yeah, I'm gonna have to probably put in another order relatively soon. I think that 70% off sale ends beginning of September sometime, first week of September or something like that. So yeah, I gotta get that order in, so you may see a bunch more Disney movies show up for the September update. I don't know. Again, money's getting very, 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 very low, and so yeah, I don't know what these pickup videos are going to be like. May not be doing them at all in the future. But don't worry, I have plenty of videos already shot, ready to go, and I will be making plenty of content no matter what. But anyways, let me know, what did you pick up in this month? By the time you see it, it'll probably be a year from now, but yeah. Any ideas on these CDs? Anybody? Maybe I'll do a video in the future after I've listened to these. Maybe? I don't know what's gonna happen. But I'd love for you to comment down below. What do you think about everything I picked up this month? I'd love to hear from you. Till next video, take care. Have a good one.